Hello everybody, this is Nerf Gun Reviewer 331 here today. And today's video, I'm going to be talking about and reviewing the Nerf HammerStorm from Alpha Strike series from Nerf. This blaster is a hammer action, or hammer, you prime it via hammer. This has a barrel attachment, 2 tactical rails, 8 darts on the I want to say like middle bottom of the blaster, and as far as I can tell, it has like 4 sling point attachment or sling points. So like there's one here, there's one here, one here, one here. So a total of 4. And to be fair, I actually don't know if these 2 are even sling attachments, sling point attachments at any point. So the blaster features an 8-dart revolving barrel, and it's fairly simple to use. All you do is you pull this thing back, gotta deprime it. Alright, so the way this works for the HammerStorm, it's pretty self-explanatory. You pull the hammer back. When you're ready, shoot the dart, move on to the next one. Now, it's pretty good. The blaster itself, like I said, it comes with a barrel attachment, 2 tactical rails, dart, storage, and all that. For my massively big hands, this blaster seems to fit pretty well in my hands. The trigger's nice and smooth, not sticky at all, or like sticky is the right term. The grip itself is actually very comfortable, honest to God, and it comes with 8 of these Alpha Strike darts, which are pretty much elite darts. And reloading is fairly simple. And what I just noticed now is this, the barrel, when not primed, it turns in pairs of 2. So this makes reloading a little bit easier, so I'll demonstrate a little bit. So you have your 2 darts that are empty here. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then, wow, this is, okay. So what I'm trying to demonstrate here is not the numbers, but more that this barrel rotates. When it's not primed, will rotate in pairs of 2, so it makes it easier to load. Instead of 1 at a time, you can do 2 at a time. And I want to say it would make it faster, but it pretty much means you have to load twice as many darts per rechamber, so to speak. The ammo capacity is obviously 8, plus 8 more down here. I want to say these have like little teeth, and they do to hold the dart so it doesn't just slide right out. Let's see, what is the one thing I haven't tested this thing yet? Accuracy. Let's try accuracy. I'm gonna aim for. I'm gonna aim for the chandelier. Bingo. So, problem is that I'm like literally 2 feet away from the chandelier. That's not good enough. Let's try the light switch. Oh wow, this is really accurate. Even at this, so this blaster is like super accurate with I want to say this is like a 10-15 foot range from me to the light switch. And it's dead on. Here, I'll demonstrate a little bit more. Oh, and before I demonstrate, one other thing I noticed with this blaster is once you have it primed, if you try to rotate it manually, it will do it by 2s. So, how do I angle this correctly? So if you were to look at it like that, it rotates 2s. So every time you rotate it, it will swap to the next other dart. So then, if you wanted to manually rotate this and say to the next dart, you can't. It will go to the next dart after that. As what I mentioned, in pairs of 2s. But this blaster it's just so cool. I like it. It is just, I don't know, it's just like, it's super accurate from short or even really short distances. Now let's try me versus me aiming at, say, the doorknob. It looks like it's about 25 feet. Wow. Okay. So it didn't hit the doorknob, but it got very close to it. This is a very accurate blaster from 2 feet, 15 feet, 25 feet. Obviously, the longer you go, the less accurate it becomes. But this is a very accurate blaster. It holds more than the typical hammershot or doublestrike. Has the same priming mechanism as the doublestrike or the hammershot. And I really think it's pretty accurate. Now, as far as ranges and firepower, actually I can test that here. Wall bounce back test. Perfect. So the way I do it with wall bounce back tests is I just do a leveled shot, aim it at a wall that's about 5-6 feet away from me. If the dart bounces back and it, say, lands in front of me, then it's pretty weakish. But if it bounces at the wall and goes either to my position or behind me, it's pretty powerful. Let's try that again. I will also mention that if you try to manually adjust this, it's going to be difficult. Because like I was saying before, the barrel does everything in 2s instead of 1s. So if you wanted to rotate it manually, it means that you would have to do a lot of rotations to get to the desired ammo or desired position for the dart. Wall bounce back to... Why am I hitting picture frames all of a sudden? Alright, last shot. Alright, so I will conclude that this has a pretty good amount of firepower. The last dart hit my leg, so that probably means that this has I would say, a moderate amount of firepower. So if you wanted to go for long distance, you could, but then you trade off accuracy. The trigger itself, like I said, it's not sticky, the grip is comfortable, it's hammer primed, so you prime it with the hammer and then pull the trigger to shoot said dart. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, I actually have a question that maybe one of you guys know. If this is possibly similar to a hammershot or a doublestrike, where they have a spring somewhere in the handle, like somewhere in this piece, is it possible to 3D print a spacer inside the priming mechanism? Like it would be like a spacer, then a spring, and then the peg that connects everything. And as you prime it, it's like tougher to prime it manually. Because I've done the spacers before with the double strikes and hammer shots, I believe, And there's a tremendous amount of improvement just by throwing in the spacer. A spacer is essentially just, it's like it's a spacer. You insert it inside the priming mechanism before you put in the spring. And what it does is the spacer acts as you have less room for the spring itself. But as you prime it, it gets heavy. It's like a more powerful tension-based like pull. So I would be curious if there is even such a thing to 3D print a spacer for an internal modification. But aside from all that, this blaster, the HammerStorm from Alpha Strike series, it's pretty accurate. Close ranges, like medium ranges. I don't know about long ranges, and that'll be for another day. But I will honestly say that this blaster looks pretty cool. It's a little bulky. I guess that's my only con about this is it's just massively bulky. But you know, I've seen there have been a lot more bulkier blasters than this. So I guess I'll just stop the video here. So I would give this HammerStorm, for all of its pros and a few of their cons, and some of the features, like, you know, if you prime this, then you have to rotate this manually, and it just screws up with dart orientation or something, or the way of thinking of where the dart orientation is. Aside from that, you know, this is a pretty cool and easy to like use, and it's a pretty easy to use blaster. It works fairly well, and it's super accurate. So I would honestly give this, I want to say 8.5 out of 10. The only reason why I don't like this, I like the blaster, but the one thing I don't like is their way, just how they kind of rotate the barrel by 2s instead of 1s. And I guess that makes sense because it's an even number barrel, so to speak, so you have even amount of darts. But I don't know, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense that I have to readjust, or I just either have to throw more ammo in. It's just, I don't know, complicated. But thanks for watching, guys. This is Nerf Gun Reviewer 331 signing off for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, subscribe. If you had, I hope you guys have a good day, night, life, and everything else. And 8.5 out of 10 for the HammerStorm Alpha Strike series from Nerf. Thanks for watching, guys. See you guys in the next video.